What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk to you about Lucid. I want to go over some of the current data points, break it down on what just came out associated to Lucid, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So Lucid is flat right now, 247 the low, 255 the high. You did see this push lower because of a negative rating. So Bank of America did reiterate their sell rating, $1 price target on Lucid, and they kind of, I think in general we knew this was somewhat coming, only because 1 week ago they openly stated that you need to short the S&P 500, that there's going to be a global slowing due to these tariffs, which kind of makes sense why they did give a downgrade 1 month ago when a lot of those tariffs started to pop up with Canada and Mexico. And so you had a $1 sell rating, and John Murphy, on a side note, does have a 49% success rating. So they just came out and reiterated that. They did also add this right here: while the acquisition of Nikola's facility offers potential for expansion, the need for additional capital raises before 2026 suggests financial challenges ahead. So I kind of find that interesting, only because that's not new information. Well, the Nikola facility is new information, but Lucid needing money, that's like until they hit profitability, which is probably going to be late 2027, maybe even 2028, they're going to need money. And in my opinion, I think the next capital raise will be tail end of Q3, if not early Q4 of this year. So that's all kind of known information. And John Murphy has been covering Lucid since 2021, when Lucid pretty much started. And it's not like Lucid ever hid the fact that they need money. Peter stated that multiple times. So I kind of find this interesting. I think just Bank of America is just being very doom and gloomish in the broader market. So let me know your viewpoint if you think it's justified or not. But shorts are kind of acting based off of this, as well as Lucid getting close to that 50-day moving average. So they are increasing 1.94 million shares so far in the first about hour of the trading day. 23.41% of the free floats being shorted, works out to be 284.48 million shares overall are being shorted. Cost to borrow minimum is negative. So again, there could be a lot of explanation and reasons for that. One is just administrative kind of errors on brokers, or it could actually mean that brokers are paying people to short Lucid. But yeah, it's an interesting scenario nonetheless. So let me know your viewpoint on that in the comments below. So yesterday they did increase, same as today. So they're breaking that three-day trend that they were doing. But aside from all of that fun stuff, there actually isn't all that much in news associated to Lucid. No SEC filings, no press releases, no rumors or anything. So now people are just waiting for Lucid's upcoming earnings just to see exactly how things are going, what their future plans are. And of course, this is another very good opportunity that retail can pose questions, tough questions, to management. I think the Q4 earnings was the first time ever I was happy about a lot of the questions that retail was asking, because they were difficult, straight to the point, and they weren't BS type of stuff. So again, hopefully this time around we do have that same level of questioning and whatever else. But looking at the options, 116,000 in calls, 164,000 in puts. 50% of all the options being done are optimistic in nature, and for the most part there looks like it's $3 is that consensus. 250 to 3 is for this week, and then above 250 for next week. Bears are anticipating for it to be sub 250. So again, you see a little bit more upside based on all of that. These are all the transactions occurring so far in the secondary market above $100,000. So based on this, we do have 4 sells: 113,000, 106, 140, and then 775,000. So big money is not really buying the Lucid dip. I think one thing that's really driving Lucid higher as well is algorithmic trading. That's really working in its favor. Just a lot of market optimism. And then these are all the transactions that are occurring. Actually, let's switch that to the 15th. These are all the transactions on the dark pool. So rather low for just the first hour of the trading day. So shorts clearly did their part, and now they're just sitting back and not really doing all that much. With it right now at 252, it is slightly below this R1. So trading between this R1 and the pivot. So 255 is a key pivot for Lucid. Really need to get above that. And at the same time, that is the 50-day moving average. So We already do know what that means for Lucid. Everyone knows what that means for Lucid, even short. So this is why they're trying to really hit Lucid to ensure it doesn't gain any momentum. So flip side, 233 is going to be a strong support level. And aside from that, no other articles like coming out, just a lot of individuals just talking about the mid-size, just nothing really crazy new information, unfortunately. So yeah, kind of interesting as far as that goes. But on the actual chart itself, so you do have it kind of just stuck in limbo right now, right above that ALMA, so that is sitting at 251. You have also that 200-day moving average, or sorry, 100-day moving average at $2.60. So it's kind of just trading in between those 2 points. 50-day moving average is just stuck in limbo right now. We'll just have to wait and see if it's able to close above that or not. But all in all, I think Lucid has done fairly well given just everything that has come out over the last little bit. And I think as well, what just came out from China yesterday on how they're going to be ceasing all exports of rare like minerals to the States, that even does further reiterate what Lucid's been trying to do about getting all the supply chain locally, so that way there's no disruptions. So that should hopefully Lucid got all their stuff together, and then they can be somewhat self-reliant. So yeah, I think just a lot of tariff news isn't really good for the broader market. A lot of clearly big institutions aren't really liking that. Bank of America even stated during their earnings for future guidance that they see a global slowing occurring because of all these tariffs. So Mark did mention during that Fox interview that they have started to source all of everything locally and that they're still continuing to work towards that. And that's something that AMP2 has done very well, is that they have everything in very close proximity. So AMP2, I think in general, is going to be a huge deal for Lucid going forward. Anything state related, I think there's going to be just greatness for the tariffs. So AMP2 going forward is going to be their kind of hidden gem. So let me know your thoughts on Lucid. Are you buying? Are you selling? What are you doing with Lucid? I myself, I'm not really doing anything with Lucid. I did buy obviously mid last week, but I think if it does get closer to, let's say, pull back to that 230 range, that 233 right over here, that support level, then I'll be a buyer. But right now I'm just going to coast with what I have. So don't forget to hit that thumbs up. One final thing, pop over to my Patreon and give buy signals on stocks, options, crypto, many of which have been absolutely on point. So definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.